Krishna. So you can come a little bit further up. Trust me, I won't ask questions if you come further up. So it's time for a little katha, little lecture. So is there anybody for the first time here? Hare Krishna. So there's Prabhuji sitting behind those monitors. So you can give him your numbers and contact information. So he can put you on the mailing list and the message list. So you can get the regular messages about the programs here. So today is a very auspicious day. It's a disappearance day of one of our acharyas, Sri Shyamananda Prabhu. In the line of bhakti, the disappearance day or the day when the acharya leaves the body, it's also considered very auspicious. Not just the birthdays. But then the question is why is it considered auspicious when somebody is leaving the body? It's considered auspicious because then the devotees who are left behind, they understand this acharya has entered the eternal pastimes of Radha and Krishna. So far he was here, serving here, and now he has entered the spiritual abode of the Supreme Lord, and he has entered the eternal pastimes. So for them, yes, it's a day of sorrow as well, because they won't get the association of that acharya. But at the same time they are happy because he has gone back to the spiritual world. And actually we all pray for that kind of disappearance for us all, that we can also enter the eternal pastimes of Radha Krishna. So this acharya today who left his body was Shyamananda Prabhu. Shyamananda Prabhu, in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela, he was Shyamanand. And in Krishna Leela, his form is of Kanak Manjari. He has a Manjari form, Kanak Manjari. But before we discuss the glories of Shyamananda Prabhu, we have to understand the glories of his Guru and his Guru. Then we know what succession he is coming in, and we'll really appreciate his position. So there was a devotee named Gauridas living in Navdvip, in Mayapur area. And there's a place called Ambika Kalna, so he was living there. And he was very close associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. To get to Ambika Kalna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had to come from Navdvip and he had to cross Ganges, and he would come to his place to meet Gauridas. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would cross on a boat. And one day he himself rowed the boat. And when a boatman rows the boat, he leaves the oar or the chapu behind. But that day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he brought the oar with him to meet Gauridas. And Gauridas saw Mahaprabhu and he fell down at his feet and he said, "What is this oar for?" Mahaprabhu said, "I brought this oar for you." He said, "For what?" "So that you can take the conditioned souls across the river, Vatarani river, and take them to spiritual world. You use this oar." And it is said, I haven't seen it yet, but that oar is still there in Ambika Kalna. It's present at the temple there. So again, once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, they were at the house of Gauridas. And Gauridas said, he knew very soon Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will take sannyas and go to Jagannath Puri. And he said, when you go to Jagannath Puri, take sannyas, how will I see you? How will I serve you? So Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna. So Mahaprabhu asked Gauridas to get some neem wood, get a tree of neem. So Gauridas brought. So Mahaprabhu with his own hands, he carved the deities of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda. And he gave the deities to Gauridas. He said, you serve them, they are non-different from me. So Gauridas asked, will they eat if I offer them any bhoga? Mahaprabhu, yes, of course they will eat. Deities are non-different from the Lord. Will they sit down just like you are sitting? And these are neem deities, neem tree, neem wood. Mahaprabhu said, of course, deities are non-different from me. Gauridas said, okay. So he made a big feast. And he asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him, okay, make 4 plates and offer us, we'll eat in front of you. And he made 4 plates of prasadam, 2 deities and 2 Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, they all sat down and they had prasadam. So then when Mahaprabhu was eating prasadam, he said, okay Gauridas, you keep the 2 forms with you and let the 2 forms go. So Gauridas was, okay, the one who is speaking is the original. He said, okay, the other 2 you can go. The deity form. So they got up and started going. Gauridas said, no, they are cheating. Okay, you 2 come back, you 2 go. So those 2 came back and these 2 started going. He again got confused, there's something mystical going on. Okay, no, you 2 come back, you 2 go. So 3-4 times he did that. And finally he agreed on 2 forms to stay and 2 forms to go. And he would worship the deities very lovingly. He would make wonderful preparations for them every day. So meanwhile, he had a disciple named Hridayananda. So Hridayananda would also serve his guru very lovingly, very devotedly, very sincerely. So one day Gauridas, it was a time for Gaur Purnima festival, Gauridas asked Hridayananda that we are going to arrange a nice festival, so I'm going to go to other villages to make arrangements. You stay here and we're going to make nice festival. Organize a nice festival. Okay? Hridayananda was waiting for his guru to come back. It was a day before Gaur Purnima and guru hadn't come back. And Hridayananda thought that Guru Maharaj told me that we're going to arrange a big festival, so at least I should send the invitations to others, so many Vaishnavas all around, that we're making a big festival, arranging a big festival, they all should come. So he, on his own, he sent out the invitations. Meanwhile, Gauridas Pandit came back. And Hridayananda told him that I have sent the invitations on your behalf because you were not here and I thought it's getting delayed. So sometimes even if the disciple does the right thing, but still he gets the chastisement from his guru. The chastisement is for his own purification. So it's nothing that the guru is envious of the disciple. So Gauridas chastised him. Even in my presence you are acting independently. What will happen when I leave this body? You are not fit to be a disciple, get out of here. Hridayananda was crying, he was begging for his mercy, but still Gauridas was very strict. He said, no, you get out, you have already invited so many people, but you go to the banks of Ganges and you organize your festival there. You cannot organize it here. So with a heavy heart, Hridayananda left. And at the bank of Ganges, he arranged a nice festival, big kirtan, and Gauridas Pandit here arranged in his house. And many devotees came. But the devotees who were coming because of Hridayananda's invitation, when they saw the kirtan was going on at the banks of Ganges, they thought this is the place where the festival is. So they all went there, and some devotees came to Gauridas Pandit's place. But at the place of Hridayananda, it was loud kirtan, more kirtan, bigger festival was going on. So time of offering bhoga came for Gaur Nitai. So Gauridas told one of his other disciples, okay, you do the offering. So when he did the offering, then he closed the doors, he came outside, and when he went to take the plates, Gaur Nitai were missing. The deities were missing. Gauridas was shocked. Where did the deities go? We just made the offering. And then he realized they must have gone to Hridayananda's Kirtan festival. And he went there, he ran over there with a stick in his hand. And when he ran over there, he saw Gaur Nitai, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, they were dancing in the Kirtan. And when Gaur Nitai saw Gauridas coming with a stick in his hand, they both ran and they hid in the heart of Hridayananda. They just went inside the heart of Hridayananda. And Gauridas saw this with his own eyes. And then when he came to that festival, he left his stick, he embraced Hridayananda. He said, you are the real disciple, you are the real devotee of Gaur Nitai. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has entered your heart. So from today on, your heart, you will be named Hriday Chaitanya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu resides in the heart of the person whose name is Hriday Chaitanya. And when he came back to his house, he saw the deities were there in the house. So this is Hriday Chaitanya. So Hriday Chaitanya used to live in Ambika Kalna. He used to go for kirtan, preaching. Meanwhile, in Odisha, in a village, at the house of one nice devotee, a son was born. And this son was born after many kids the couple had, but they all died. So the tradition in Odisha and Bengal is, if so many kids die in the house, they would name the next kid in a very bad way. So if Yamraj or Yamdutas come to take him away, when they ask for the name, his name is not good, so let's not take him. He's already very in a distressed condition. So they name the son Dukhi. So idea is, Yamdutas, if they come, they won't take the kid away. So Dukhi was growing up, but Dukhi was very big scholar, very good grammatician, logician. When he was growing up, he learned all the scriptures in a very young age. And he was very devoted to the service of Radha Krishna. So when he grew up a little bit more, he had a desire to go to take bath in Ganges. So he asked his father that I want to go take bath with the Ganges. Whenever the next group of pilgrims going there, I'll go with them. Father thought there's no way I can stop him, so he gave the permission. So when he came to take bath in Ganges, it was same place as Ambika Kalna. There he met Hriday Chaitanya. And when he saw Hriday Chaitanya, he went to him, he said, I want to take initiation from you. A very young boy. Dukhi. So Hriday Chaitanya, on an auspicious day, he initiated Dukhi and he gave a name Krishnadas. So his name became Dukhi Krishnadas. Still the name Dukhi was going on with him. So he stayed in Ambika Kalna for a long time, served his Guru Maharaj, and he was happily and very sincerely serving him. Then one day he developed a desire to go take bath in Yamuna. So he asked his Guru Maharaj, I want to go to Vrindavan, Mathura Vrindavan, to take bath in Yamuna. So Hridaya Chaitanya said, okay, but when you go to Vrindavan, you stay under the guidance of Jiva Goswami, one of the 6 Goswamis. So he said, okay. So he started walking from there, from Ambika Kalna. First he came to Navdvip. He went to the house of Jagannath Mishra, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born. He served there for some time, and then from there he started walking. He came to Mathura. He went to the place, Krishna birthplace, and took darshan of Adi Keshav deity, took bath in Vishram Ghat in Yamuna, and then he came to Vrindavan. So Vrindavan, when he came, he went to Seva Kunj, where Jiva Goswami was staying, at his Radha Damodar temple. And he came and he introduced himself as Dukhi Krishnadas, that I am disciple of Hridaya Chaitanya and he has sent me to serve you. So Jiva Goswami was very happy to have such a wonderful disciple. So he engaged him in service, and Dukhi Krishnadas was so expert in service, daily he would serve Jiva Goswami like a menial servant. And Jiva Goswami, when he saw his so much sincerity, and he said, okay, your job, your service is to clean this area, which is the area where Krishna does his Ras Leela, and bring water from one kunja. Okay, so be it. So every day he would nicely clean that area with his broom and bring water for Jiva Goswami from one well. So now there are 2 stories, so hopefully maybe the stories are in different kalpas. So one day, early morning, before dawn, he was cleaning that area where Ras Leela happens. And he found a nice bracelet. Not the bracelet, ankle bell. And when he looked at the ankle bell, it didn't look like this ankle bell is from this world. The beautiful jewels were there on the ankle bell, and not that the jewel, here when we buy any jewelry, they look good, obviously, if it is pure, but there's no smell in it, aroma in it. But that jewel, ankle bell, was smelling so nicely as well. So he was shocked. What is this ankle bell? So he put that ankle bell, touched this ankle bell on his forehead, and he just hid it in his clothes. Let's see, who does it belong to? And then later on, he saw one little girl, very beautiful little girl. She came over there, and she was looking around. So Dukhi Krishnadas asked him, what are you looking for? The girl said, actually, one of her friends, she was here last night and she lost her ankle bell. Dukhi Krishnadas said, well, I did find one ankle bell, but since it doesn't belong to you, I'll not give it to you. The girl said, but it belongs to my friend. So he said, okay, take me to your friend. I have to see if she is wearing the other ankle bell to make sure she is the right owner. Otherwise, I'll not give it to you. So the girl was in a dilemma. She went back to her friend. The friend said, okay, bring him. So Dukhi Krishnadas went, and he saw the other girl who was wearing the other ankle bell, and he matched. He said, yes, it belongs to this girl. So he gave the ankle bell to her. And actually the girl who the ankle bell belonged to was Srimati Radharani herself. And the girl who came looking for the ankle bell was Lalita Sakhi. So, but they all were so pleased with the service of Dukhi Krishnadas that Srimati Radharani herself gave darshan to Dukhi Krishnadas. That's what our spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, used to say that do not try to see Krishna. Serve him in such a way that he wants to see you, that he comes to see you. That's the real way of seeing, where we cannot see. When we come here, we really don't see Krishna. We see some murti, nicely decorated murti. So we have to serve him in such a way that he wants to see us. And this is what Dukhi Krishnadas did. So he served. He served his Guru, he served Radha Krishna, beautiful way, such dedication, that they wanted to see him. Ankle bell of Radharani cannot just fall down on its own until Radharani wants that to happen. So, when Dukhi Krishnadas picked up that ankle bell and he put on his forehead, there was a different kind of tilak that happened on his forehead, that was marked on his forehead. So Radharani asked him, so what kind of benediction you want? He said, all I want benediction is I just want dust of your lotus feet, that's all. So Radharani put her lotus feet on Dukhi Krishnadas. And she said, from now on, your name is not Dukhi Krishnadas, your name will be Shyamananda. So Shyamananda has two meanings actually. One who gives pleasure to Shyam or Krishna, or one who gives pleasure to Shyama. Shyama means Radharani. It has two meanings. So Dukhi Krishnadas, and then she disappeared along with her Sakhis. And Shyamananda just fell down unconscious. And when he became conscious, he ran back to Jiva Goswami. And when he bowed down to Jiva Goswami said, today you look different. And what kind of tilak you are wearing? We don't wear this kind of tilak. And Shyamananda told him the whole story, how he saw Radharani and everything. And Jiva Goswami was very happy. He was like, because if a disciple makes progress in bhakti, the guru really becomes very happy. So Jiva Goswami was very happy, but he said, don't tell this story to anybody because they'll not believe you. They'll think you have deviated. So do not tell. I'll take care of it. So Shyamananda, then he started serving, still was serving in the same way, but with a different tilak, and he was very happy, very ecstatic all the time. Slowly, the news reached to Hriday Chaitanya that Jiva Goswami has given a new name to Dukhi Krishnadas, and he has given a new tilak to Dukhi Krishnadas. He has named him Shyamananda and has given a new tilak, new marking. So in a disciplic succession, that is not at all allowed. It's a big time, no, you cannot just change things. So Hriday Chaitanya became very upset. He said, okay, I'll go to Vrindavan and talk to Jiva Goswami, what he has done to my disciple. So he came to Vrindavan, he went to the ashram of Jiva Goswami, and Jiva Goswami said, I did not change any names. It's the mercy of Srimati Radharani on Dukhi Krishnadas. He was still not happy. Shyamananda Prabhu came, he paid obeisances to his Guru, and Hriday Chaitanya chastised him, get out of here. Why did you change the tilak? Why did you change your name? You are transgressing your Guru's order. So Shyamananda was very upset, very unhappy, went outside, he was crying, and that night Srimati Radharani came the dreams of Hriday Chaitanya, and she told him, I am the one who gave him this name, I am the one who gave him this tilak. So please accept him as it is. Do not be angry with him. So then in the morning when Hriday Chaitanya got up, he called Shyamananda, he embraced him and he said, you are very fortunate, you got so much mercy of Srimati Radharani herself. And then he accepted and Hriday Chaitanya went back to his village. So then Jiva Goswami was teaching Shyamananda all the scriptures. Meanwhile, Two more disciples joined, Narottam Das and Srinivasacharya. So Jiva Goswami was teaching them, three of them. And then one day Jiva Goswami said that it's a time, because this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's order, that we have to spread the message of Shri Krishna all over the world. So you take these books of six Goswamis, and they were the original manuscripts, original books that the six Goswamis used to write on the palm leaves. And he said there was a cartload of books. He said, take them to different places, distribute them, preach the message of Mahaprabhu and Shri Krishna. So these three devotees, along with many servants, they took the cartload of books and went from Vrindavan towards Bengal. So there is a village on the way, Vaishnavpur, something Vaishnavpur. So outskirts of the village, they took rest overnight, and the king of that village was Bir Hambir. Actually, that king was more or less like a dacoit. So his astrologers, they had told him that these three men who are coming with this cartload, they are coming actually with cartload of jewels, very precious jewels. If you steal those jewels, you will be very rich. So Bir Hambir said, okay, it's easy for me. So at night when they were sleeping, Bir Hambir sent his soldiers, and they went and they stole the cart with all the boxes of books. And in the morning when these three got up, Narottam Das Thakur, Srinivasacharya and Shyamananda Prabhu, they saw the cart is missing. And they were very, very sad. Now what to do? How can we show our face to Jiva Goswami? This is the original books of six Goswamis, and they all are gone. So Srinivasacharya, he told Narottam Das to Shyamananda Prabhu that you guys keep going further and I'll try to locate the books, what happened to the books. So Narottam Das Thakur went to Kheturi Gram and he went towards Assam, and Shyamananda Prabhu went towards Odisha. And Srinivasacharya stayed back. And he went to this village of this king. And when he went to the village, the king had a nice Brahman who was a guru. And this guru was giving the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam, giving lectures on Srimad Bhagavatam. Srinivasacharya, when he came there, he openly challenged this guru, Court Pandit. And he gave his explanation. So the king was very happy. He asked them to do this Shastrarth. And Srinivasacharya just defeated that Court Pandit in the scriptures, knowledge of scriptures. So the king was very happy. He said, okay, I accept you as my guru, now you teach me. Srinivasacharya said, actually, I learned all from these books and these books are missing. So I cannot teach you until I get the books. So the king said, then he revealed that now you're my guru, I have to reveal. I actually have these boxes. I haven't opened them yet. But I stole them, and then Srinivasacharya came to the store where the boxes were kept, and we opened the boxes. All the books were there, and Srinivasacharya, wow, finally we found the books. And he initiated this king, Bir Hamir, and through that king, the whole village, whole town, they became devotees. So then Srinivasacharya went further with the books. In one of the writings of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, it is found, Hare Krishna. that was the first book distribution party. And they had given a count of books distributed by Narottam Das Thakur, Srinivas Acharya and Shyamananda Prabhu. And how they used to distribute books was, if anybody wanted a book, they would handwrite, copy it by hand, everything as it is, and then give the book to the person who wanted it. It's not like these days we just order BBT and get as many sets of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. They had to handwrite everything. So the book count was very little, obviously. It's not easy. And in that report that these three used to send to Jiva Goswami, Narottam Das Thakur writes in that report, there's a text they found that it's very difficult to distribute books like this, but in future if somebody can do mass scale printing, then the books can really go out. Which Srila Prabhupada fulfilled his desire. Huh? Yeah. But the book is still a book. It's not the same reading e-book versus hard copy. So Shyamananda Prabhu, from there he went to Odisha and he preached in the whole state of Odisha. He preached a lot. And he made many, many disciples. One of his foremost disciples was Rasikananda Prabhu. And he also initiated a yogi. There was a big yogi, he also came to meet Shyamananda Prabhu. He paid obeisances and he said, how can I control the mind? The yogi was asking Shyamananda Prabhu. And Shyamananda Prabhu said, just chant Hare Krishna, you can control the mind. So he became a disciple of Shyamananda Prabhu. And like that he made many, many disciples all over Odisha. And then he came back to Ambika Kalna once to meet his guru, Hridaya Chaitanya. Hridaya Chaitanya was there. He was very happy to see his disciple making so much progress. So after a while, Hridaya Chaitanya left his body and Shyamananda Prabhu was very sad. But then he went back to his place of preaching and he preached and he preached. And in Odisha only he left his body. And today is the day when he left his body, Shyamananda Prabhu. In Krishna Lila he is Kanak Manjari, in Gaur Lila he acted as Shyamananda Prabhu. So wonderful devotees, and they teach us by their life, by their example, by their teachings, how we should live our lives. How dedicated he was in serving his guru. Even though he got chastised by his guru, he never left the service. His guru also showed this, Hridaya Chaitanya. He got chastised by his guru, Gauridas Pandit. That you acting independently, you're not serving under my instructions. But still, they didn't leave their service. They kept on serving. So Krishna is going to test us in the path of our bhakti, in the path of our progress. How dedicated we are. How devoted we are, how determined we are in our service. And it's a service that is given by our Guru, like Jiva Goswami gave the service to Shyamananda Prabhu, of go clean the Rasa Sthali every day. It's not that when he was cleaning, that first few days only of cleaning he saw Srimati Radharani. No. In the beginning, when we do some service, we feel, oh, I'm not making any progress. What is this? I'm doing such a menial service or such a tough service, and I'm not making any progress. What is this? No, we are making the progress. Because by our service, by the sincerity we show in our service, by the enthusiasm we show in our service, the dedication we show, that is what pleases Guru and that's what pleases Krishna. It's not that if we get some fruitful results, that will please Guru and Krishna. Shyamananda Prabhu was just cleaning the Ras Thali every day. What was the fruitful result? Okay, it's clean Ras Thali, that's all. But ultimately it pleased Srimati Radharani herself. So that is the result. That's what Rupa Goswami says, nectar of instruction, utsahat, nishayat, dharyat. All three things are required. Of course, total are 6 to make progress in bhakti. But these 3 are very, very important. Enthusiasm, determination, and at the same time patience in carrying out with the services. And definitely if we do the service in this way, and obviously the mood should be humility, tolerance, not expecting any respect for us and still giving respect to others. If that's the mood we adopt in performing our service, Krishna will be pleased. Sooner or later he will be pleased. So Shyamananda Prabhu, he got a very menial service just to go and clean the Ras area, that's all. But he would do every single day with the same enthusiasm. Just like in Ram Leela, Shabri was told by her guru that his guru, and along with all his disciples except Shabri, he left for the spiritual world. Many, many ages ago. And Shabri, she wasn't a scholar, she wasn't from a very high background. She was a Bhilni, means aborigine. And she's asked his guru, how can I make progress? How can I get qualified to go back to the spiritual world? The guru said, just keep on cleaning this path, and one of these days Lord Ram will come on this path. When you get darshan of him, you serve him, and then you'll go back. And she had the enthusiasm, patience and determination. Every single day in that forest, no association. She was all alone. Her only association was forest animals, that's all. She would clean the path and she would keep these fruits bare. Every day she would pluck these fruits and keep them, because she had full confidence in the words of a guru that Lord Ram will come one of these days. And she kept doing that service years after years after years. That is patience, determination. We get some service and we don't get the result, and very soon we get frustrated. And, this is not what I'm supposed to do, what I was supposed to do. I'm such a big software engineer, and what is the service I'm getting? I graduated from IIT Chennai and IIT Delhi in computer science, and what kind of service I'm getting? To do pot washing, or to do this, to do that. So no service in the absolute plane is low or big. Every service is equal. Whatever pleases Krishna, that's the best service. Whether it's a service of cleaning the floor, whether it's a service of doing deity worship, or whether it's a service of giving lectures or doing kirtan. Every service is same, absolutely same. And actually, more menial the service is, more it's beneficial for us, because it makes us more humble and tolerant. So we should be looking for that service. And at this time, with this, the enthusiasm we have to show to do that service, that is very important. Similarly, in Ram Leela, when Ravan kidnapped Sita and Jatayu tried to stop Ravan, and Jatayu was old, Ravan was young and he was very powerful. Jatayu was old and weak. And Jatayu said, I cannot let you go with Sita. There's no way. And he attacked Ravan. And when they were fighting at one time, Jatayu even scratched Ravan's back and he hurt him big time with his beak and his claws. And that time Ravan got so upset, he took out his sword and cut off the wings of Jatayu. And Jatayu fell down, Ravan went away with Sita. And Jatayu was bleeding. Ram and Lakshman came over there. First they thought this bird must have eaten Sita, that's what the blood is. Of course, Leela. But was Jatayu successful in his service? He could not stop Ravan from taking Sita away. So was he successful or not? He was. He was very much successful. Success is not in terms of fruit or results. His success was he pleased Ram with his service. It was the pastime of Ram that Sita had to be kidnapped by Ravan. So Ravan took Sita. But Ram was pleased by the way Jatayu tried to serve him. He was so much pleased that Ram with his own hands performed the last rites of Jatayu. He said he performed the last rites as much as he did for his own father, Dashrath. That's how pleased Ram was. So his success, the real success is in pleasing the Lord, not in so-called results. So that's the mood we have to adopt. Enthusiasm, patience, and still with determination, keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. So today is the day of disappearance of Shyamananda Prabhu. We pray to him to give us the same enthusiasm, same patience, same determination, same dedication that we can also serve. And hopefully we can also get the darshan of Srimati Radharani. Hare Krishna. So any questions or comments? Not Radha Madan. Radha Madan was Sanatan Goswami. Radha Shyam Sundar, yes. It's underneath in the basement. And there is another temple right across the street between Radha Shyam Sundar and Radha Damodar. That is the area where he found that ankle well. And they're making a nice temple over there. It's a very old temple, dilapidated temple. They're making a nice temple there, where he found the ankle well. Yes, that's the place. So, thank you all very much. It's been wonderful here in Seattle. I think tomorrow, I don't know, maybe Navamrit Prabhu would know if there's a lecture scheduled for me for tomorrow or not. So it's always a pleasure to be here every year. I try to come once a year. It's always wonderful to see beautiful